What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Dash today. It is the 13th day of January, and here we are sitting at about $61 with 8 hours and 13 minutes left in the day, up 56% on the day. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Yes, 56% in a day. It's enough to make you want to FOMO the top, that's for damn sure. We're going to go over the price action. We're going to do some TA on this thing. I very much do believe that this is just a kickoff moment that will inevitably lead to higher prices. I don't think we're going to move at this pace all the way up there. There probably will be some pullbacks along the way. I want to identify those. The last time we talked about Dash was, I want to say it was the 11th, but it might have been the 10th. And we were strongly advocating for a buy here, just like we were strongly advocating for a buy this week as well, right? Basically, from the time from like this day and onwards, we were strongly advocating for any buying price that was around $40 or lower. And that, well, right now that's working out pretty damn well. Here we are at about $61 with 8 hours left in the day. Let's get into the short-term stuff and then we'll zoom out from there. Okay, 1 hour time frame. Looking at this here, and let's actually go. Let's use some volume. That's a good bit of volume there. Yes, it's exactly what you want to see. Something's going on with Dash here, you guys. The RSI is getting overbought. We're back at the overbought zone. Lower lows in the RSI, higher lows in the price. I do assume that we continue to move up from here. Probably by the end of the day, if not sometime later tomorrow, we will be above $70. I would guess. If not, maybe we go right up to 69. We could get a double top. There's a few ways this could play out, but I definitely believe that we move up from here and probably just above this high. If not just above, then well above, but we'll see. Stochastics are coming down a little bit. Again, lower lows, higher lows. I'm not bearish here. And then the MACD looks good as well. No signs of divergence to the downside. The 4 hour time frame, we look at the RSI, you've gotten very deep, very deep in the RSI. Typically, these deep readings, typically being the keyword, it's not a guarantee, but typically these deep readings are not one-off events, right? Like this here, you got up here, that was a one-off, and you hadn't seen it again, right? This here, you got right up to the overbought zone, that was a one-off. Typically, these deep readings, they're accompanied by other readings that are pretty deep as well. Let's see. Like this, right? You got up to the 90s here, and then you had another reading up there. Then you corrected. Here you got up here, and you had multiple, drives up in this area. Let's see. Can we keep? I think if we go back any further than that, that's before. I mean, even here, right? It's not just a standalone spike like some of these are over here. And that's the whole point, is that you're likely, regardless if you consolidate here, push up higher, whatever, I don't care what you do, this is likely, again, a kickoff point, a starting point, rather than a one-off move that comes back down. Anything's possible, but likely this is not a one-off move. Likely there will be more to come, and likely the next phase will even be bigger than this phase. You went from $37, $36, all the way up to about $70. That move was nice. You're probably going to see a nicer move afterwards. That's all I'm saying. We don't have any bearish divergence yet. Everything looks super good. So until then, I'm assuming we move up. It doesn't stop here. And I say it doesn't stop here. Maybe it stops right now. Maybe we consolidate for the next week. I don't know. Maybe we pull all the way back down to 45 bucks, but we're still going to go higher, right? It's like, if we're looking back at this, even though it took some time, it took about 3 weeks, this was not the end of your move. This was, right? Certainly not here. Certainly not here. This was the end of your move. And that's all I'm saying with this here, is that this is not the end of your move. That doesn't mean that we can't go down. We could. We absolutely could. We're very overbought. The 1 hour time frame makes me think that we move up a little bit in the immediate terms, but we could absolutely go all the way back down to about 47 bucks, maybe even 44 bucks, and still be fine, and then still prevail and come up higher. High to low here, which on that note, maybe might deter you from some FOMO, but also with that being said, the 1 hour time frame to me looks like it wants to push higher. If you guys hear the cat meowing, that's just my cat Rafiki. Come here, Rafiki. Come here, buddy. No? No? He's been so moody lately. He normally comes if I call him. I don't know. Anyways, 1 hour time frame. He's like, nope, I'm not going to come over there. Or sorry, we're on the daily time frame. You wicked above the 382. It's very common to wick above the 382 and then close below it on any given day. If we were, by the end of the day, to close above the 382. That's really promising for the idea that we could consolidate here and then just push on higher. Like we might be going to $110 to $127 by the end of the month. At least I would at least expect 86 bucks by the end of the month, but something in this range is likely going to be achieved by the 31st of January. We're at $58 now. The minimum is 86. So even if you buy here, still decent returns expected in a very short amount of time, and the amount of deficit that you experience, well, will basically be, it would be smaller than the gains that you could experience. So the risk to reward, the reward is greater than the risk at this point. I don't know if it's really worth it. I might wait personally for a little bit of a pullback. It's pretty common in these scenarios to go from your 382, wick above it, close below, and then go back to your 236. Sometimes you even wick a little bit below there. We've got prior points of resistance here. Anything from, I think like 50 bucks to 45 bucks is fair game. But we're at 57 bucks now. I don't know if the minimum target doesn't get you excited, the maximum target might. I mean, don't let me stop you from buying here, but I'm just saying there might be a little bit of volatility on the way. And the 1 hour out of all the time frames is probably the most likely to lie to us. So if the 1 hour is bullish, but we're very overbought on the 4 hour, we could pull back. We could still, maybe we do push up a little bit, but then we pull back, right? Would you like to buy here just so that you can ride a $10 move and then it drops? You know what I mean? Like I would just wait personally. But with that being said, if you did want to buy, if you can't hold your FOMO back, buy here. Tell yourself, okay, I'm buying here. If it goes down, I'm not selling. I'm just going to wait because inevitably, one way or another, we're going to go up to this area or higher. Okay. Understand that it's just a matter of time. A very short amount of time before you see gains, continuous gains with this thing. Daily time frame. Stochastics look great. MACD's crossing green. We like that here. Perfect false cross bounce right there. Beautiful. And getting overbought on the daily time frame. I want to invite a thought, one last thought before we end the video here. Right? You see here, this is the last time you got overbought. It's been a long time since we've been overbought again, right? Right? It's been a long time. Not like a crazy long time, but a long time. We got overbought here. And that was a long time since we've been overbought. We weren't even technically overbought here. It was a very, very long time. But we got overbought right here. It'd been a while since we got overbought. We finally got overbought right here. Okay. I'm going to address both of these points, and then we're going to address what's going on right now. Okay. So here, when we first got overbought, right, on the daily time frame, it had been a while since we've been overbought, but you first got overbought here. Was this the end of your move? And be open-minded here. Understand what we're analyzing is not the size of the move. Okay? If you're looking at this and thinking, oh, you got overbought, but then you moved up this much, that means Dash is only going to move up this much. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. This is the relative strength index. So relative to this movement, yes, you were overbought. Relative to this movement, it's a different story, right? You see how you get overbought here? And again, the same point, the point that we're addressing is not the amount that you move up. Totally different, right? Here you moved up a lot more. Here you're about halfway through your move. That's not the point. The point is when you got overbought here, when you got overbought here, these were your first instances getting overbought in quite some time on the daily time frame. You were halfway through your move. You weren't even a quarter of the way through your move. Your move was just beginning. That's my point. Here, today, if we close here, we are getting overbought, and we haven't been overbought in quite some time. Does this move end here? Statistically speaking, no, probably not. Nope. You can depend on more. It's going to come, and I very much do expect that in time, we will see prices at $223 to $370. These are the same targets that we addressed not but 2 days ago at the lows here. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.